The story opens with Ryan reflecting on all the people she dislikes. She writes a list of those she'd like gone. The names include random strangers who irritate her on public transport, a rude shop assistant, and her boss who overlooks her efforts. She doesn't connect with anyone at work. She adds Craig to the list, the man who ghosted her after a one-night stand. Her sister Saren is listed for ignoring her, and their mother for abandoning them years ago. Julia, a girl from school, who made her feel unseen, also comes to mind. The final name is her father, Tommy. She would have added him too, but he's already dying. She feels isolated while taking care of him. She visits him at the hospital and finds him lying motionless. She thinks he's dead until he moves suddenly, laughing and calling it a joke. He tells her to be strong and not let people walk over her. Later, he starts coughing badly. She doesn't call the nurse. She's too shy. Her silence leads to his death. At the funeral, Saren arrives late and acts oddly. Craig shows up but avoids her. The speaker keeps mispronouncing her name. Things get worse when Julia appears newly back in town. Even her aunt doesn't recognize her, mistaking her for staff. Ryan tries talking to Craig, but he walks away. Julia acts like a stranger, making awkward small talk. Ryan is stunned. Saren warmly chats with Julia. Things hit another low when Saren says she wants to sell their childhood home. She plans to buy one in France. Julia will handle the sale. Saren tells Ryan to let go of past hurts and come to the school reunion. The house feels still and cold. Ryan finds an old wig that stirs memories. She wants to return to work with new determination to appear stronger. But back at the office, no one notices she's back. Everyone acts like she's invisible. She approaches Norman and says she wants to apply for the junior reporter role. He once gave her hope beyond her secretary job. He fakes a smile, calls her a nickname, and tells her reporters need to be tough. She says she's ready to learn. He tells her to throw away her CV. She walks back to her desk, furious. There's a new hire, AJ. He greets her kindly, and for a moment, she feels okay. That ends when AJ is given the role she wanted. His mother knows Norman. He gets the job. Easily, Ryan expresses her shock. No one listens. A dark idea crosses her mind. She wants to hurt AJ. She grabs a knife, follows him, and accidentally cuts her own hand. AJ sees the blood. She hides her emotions and asks for his work email. He looks unsure, wondering if she's upset over the job. She tells him to leave, and walks her dog, Tink. She sees Julia's face on a billboard for real estate. Her phone buzzes, Saren updating her on the house. Before she can process it, Tink runs into the road and is hit by a car. A strand of Ryan's hair falls out. The pain overwhelms her. She gets drunk and buries Tink. Then, she leaves a voice message for Saren. She says she still lives in the house, so Julia has no right to sell it. She decides to act and goes to the reunion. She plans to confront Julia, but it spirals. Julia mocks her and calls her crazy. She blames Ryan for her own problems. Julia's friends gather, making Ryan feel invisible again. Her mind flashes to prom when Julia yanked off her wig. As she leaves, she hears Julia lying about never bullying. Her people bump into her. She flees, lost and spiraling. A man comes up and accidentally urinates on her. He laughs, saying he didn't see her. She slashes his shirt. He threatens her. She stabs him. She yells, asking if he sees her now. Realizing what she's done, she drags the body to the river and dumps it. As she walks home, people make space for her. At home, she screams at the mirror. The next morning, she wakes up and sees blood on her face. Her clothes soak in a blood-stained tub. The knife is nearby. She washes everything and adds her shirt to the load. The room is cold. The dog's bed is empty. The doorbell rings. She grabs a robe. It's Craig. He comments on her appearance and says he wants to buy her father's business. She says little and shuts the door. Inside, she boils water and drops the knife in. On the bus to work, she sees another billboard of Julia. A crowd gathers by the river, where she left the body. Her stomach turns. She checks the news for Meadow Lane Lock. Nothing. AJ brings her tea. Norman asks the team for story ideas. Nothing interesting. He asks for Jeff. Jeff rushes in. A body's been found in the canal. The office buzzes. Norman asks Ryan to make tea. Jeff and Norman speculate. Ryan blurts out that it was murder, near Meadow Lane. She claims to have overheard it on the bus. Jeff is skeptical. She says it was a stabbing. He dismisses it. AJ suggests checking it out. Norman praises AJ for getting Jeff said it first. Jeff later confirms it. A jogger found the body. A man in his 20s with 14 stab wounds. Ryan freezes. Norman calls the killer a monster. Jeff says the water ruined DNA. Norman blames gangs. They need the victim's name and a family quote. A press briefing is soon. Ryan tries to peek at Jeff's notes. AJ notices. She says she can't read shorthand and only wanted to help. AJ asks if she's okay. She says she's shaken. He agrees it's disturbing. He's confident the killer will be caught. She isn't. She mentions unsolved cases. He stays hopeful, saying this one feels different. At her desk, Ryan scrolls through comments calling the killer evil. Some blame the victim. She feels overwhelmed. Jeff calls. She lies and says Norman isn't there. Jeff gives the name Ryan Lloyd. She writes it down and takes it to Norman. She says Ryan lived with his mother and offers to get a family, quote. Norman tells Jeff to do it. Ryan argues she might get a better response. Norman agrees but sends AJ with her in the car. AJ apologizes. She says it's fine. He jokes it's better than writing about pigeons. She reminds him someone died. She opens up her father just died. So did her dog. She says talking about loss is hard. AJ listens. Says he's sorry she's going through it. He says he'd fall apart, but she seems strong. Then he asks if she's really okay. She admits she gets angry, not always, but it builds. AJ says that's normal. He once broke his toe after losing his grandmother. She teases him, calling him a monster. They arrive at Ryan's house. A woman opens the door and tries to close it when she hears they're from the Gazette. Ryan stops her. AJ offers sympathy. Ryan says they just want to understand. She lets them in for 5 minutes, serves tea, and talks about Ryan. He never wanted to move out. His nephew adored him. He worked at a call center, but they let him go for not fitting in. Her husband, Al, sits nearby with a bat, quiet and tense. AJ asks for memories. Ryan asks to use the bathroom, but sneaks into Ryan's room. She finds an envelope in the trash, a legal letter. Ryan had a restraining order. He was banned from being near a man named Dave Ferris. Ryan smiles, puts it back, and leaves. Al catches her, but she hides the letter and walks out. She tells AJ it's time to go. In the car, she shows him the letter. He's shocked. He asks why she went into a dead man's room. He says even if Ryan was bad, he was still murdered. Ryan shrugs. The truth matters, she says. She jokes that it'll annoy Jeff. They go to Dave Ferris. He's shocked to hear Ryan was stabbed. Ryan asks, what happened? Dave says it began small. Messed with belongings, disturbing links, then lies. He was accused of being a threat to kids. Even lost his job. Ryan kept showing up at home. Dave says Ryan made him feel powerless. Ryan understands. She says bullies cause real damage. Dave hears her. He says Ryan's gone now. Can't hurt anyone else. Back in the car, Ryan says Ryan wasn't perfect. Her phone buzzes. Saren says Julia's coming to value the house and Ryan needn't be there. She curses and asks AJ to drop her home. At home, she scrubs blood from the tub. She removes the knife from the boiling pot. The door opens. Julia enters with Stella. Stella says the house looks old. Julia is surprised to see Ryan, who says she's just tidying. Julia makes a sly remark and suggests she leave. Stella says they might expand into interior design. Julia tells her to clear out the house and contact her later. She adds a final insult about the smell before leaving. Ryan returns to the Gazette. Norman calls her in. Jeff is furious she bypassed him. Ryan lies, says she thought he wasn't handling it. She says they found something real. AJ supports her. Ryan admits they dug deeper. Jeff objects. Norman reads it and hesitates, says the story may be too dark. He reminds them Ryan was the victim. Ryan insists the truth matters, another paper would publish it. That changes his mind. He says Jeff will write it, but Ryan gets credit. At the Bell Pub, Norman praises her. AJ says he's impressed. Norman says new hires must sing karaoke. He asks what Ryan sang on her first night. She says no one asked. At the bar, no one notices her. She finally gets her drink and spots Craig. A man yells at the bartender. Craig comes over and says he's glad to see her. She says she wants to talk to. He discusses the business deal. She hasn't read it. He says there's no rush. She says she isn't sure she trusts him. but she has his number. She returns to the table with her drink. She decides to sing. She picks Roar by Katy Perry. The crowd cheers, but her smile fades. She sees detectives from the crime scene. One asks for tips. In the restroom, she sees graffiti about Ryan. The insult fits her memory of him. She agrees silently. As she leaves, Detective Marina Farrow enters. At the bar, the same rude man annoys the bartender. A memory hits. He's the man who delayed the nurse when her dad was dying. He finally gets his drink and makes another rude comment. Ryan leaves. Outside, a detective tells her people should stay alert. She agrees and scans the street. She sees the rude man. Her expression hardens. She ties her hair, puts on a hoodie, and follows him into a quiet alley. The man turns and sees Ryan. He scoffs, calls her weird, and says she's not even worth mugging. She tells him she knows what he did. He gets in her face. She says he was at the hospital the day her father died. He blocked the nurse. He doesn't remember. He calls her nuts. She says her dad might have lived. He laughs. She stabs him. He dies in the alley. She drags the body and dumps it in a bin. The next day, Marina and fellow officer Tom visit Ryan's family. His mother shares memories. Al listens. He talks about the reporters who came. He recalls AJ, but not Ryan. Marina looks puzzled. At the Gazette, Norman says a second body has been found, similar wounds, same area. Ryan stays quiet. Norman asks for leads. Jeff says there's no proof they're connected. AJ thinks they should follow it. Norman agrees. Ryan remains silent. At home, Ryan cleans the blood off the knife again. She sees hair strands in the sink. Her phone buzzes. Saren sent her a French property link. She texts Saren to stop messaging and to keep Julia out of the house. She then calls in sick. Later, Ryan visits Julia's real estate office, pretending to be interested in a flat. Julia walks in, surprised to see her. Ryan keeps smiling, saying she's looking to move out. Julia doesn't believe her. Ryan says she's serious, she's considering the future. Julia talks about houses near a canal. Ryan's face shifts. Julia says Ryan always gave her the creeps, a fake smile with nothing behind it. She laughs and calls her unhinged. She turns her back. Ryan hits her with a heavy object. Julia dies instantly. Ryan feels calm. She carries the body out. No one notices. She dumps it in a skip. Back home, she burns the clothes. She feels peace. Her phone pings. AJ checks if she's okay. He says he went to the lock again. He doesn't say more. She replies, asking to meet at the pub. They meet. AJ looks shaken. He says he saw something in the water, a shoe. Ryan stays still. He says it's probably nothing. Ryan says people need to pay attention to what's under the surface. He says she's right. He asks again if she's okay. She says she's tired. He offers to walk her home. She says no, she wants to walk alone. At the canal, she throws her shoes in the water. She stands at the edge, looking down. Her reflection stares back. She smiles, a real smile this time, then she turns and walks away.